What is going on, my Cardano friends? It's your friend Jack here. In today's video, we're going to be going over the Sundaeswap DEX, a pretty awesome and pretty shining light in the Cardano community right now. So with that being said, let's get right into the SundaeSwap review. First things first, I want to just introduce what SundaeSwap is, maybe what a DEX is, and what the purpose of SundaeSwap is in the Cardano ecosystem. First off, what does DEX stand for? Decentralized exchange. Okay, that's the basics of it. Something like Binance is a centralized exchange. SundaeSwap and many other DEXs building on Cardano offer a solution to swap and buy cryptocurrencies for other cryptocurrencies in a decentralized manner, meaning there's no KYC and it's really decentralized. It's put behind other people, a group of people, and as time goes on, it gets more and more decentralized in SundaeSwap's case with their version of governance. We're going to get more in on that in a second here, but that's really what you need to know for the SundaeSwap DEX. Now, as of right now, the application or the DEX is not out yet. There are no DEXs on Cardano as of right now. They should be coming within the next 30 days. I expect to see quite a few of them launching, including SundaeSwap. This could be delayed, but that's my expected timeline. Before Christmas, we're going to see some awesome DEXs, including SundaeSwap, I hope. Now, today I'm not going to be talking only about the DEX. I'm also going to be talking about their token, Sundae, and comparing it with Uni's token, Uniswap. And we're going to go over that too in terms of price potential and where I think their tokenomics lay and all that good stuff. But first things first, I want to cover more fundamentals and just kind of go over where SundaeSwap's at in the battle against the other DEXs. Now, as of right now, SundaeSwap is in the leading in terms of marketing, and it's definitely doing the best job at getting a lot of community members involved in their project. Not only have they had an initiative to help community pool operators, basically the people who help run the Cardano network, but they've also done a lot of things to get that friendly, playful vibe around and get people interested in the project, in the DEX. Since day one, for the many months, I remember they were at like 30K followers when I first covered them on this channel, and about 8 months later, they're sitting over 200,000 followers. So pretty awesome how much engagement they've gotten. They've done NFT collaborations and they've done all kinds of cool stuff. And I want to highlight that as a very important factor that I do think SundaeSwap has by far the best marketing out of all the DEXs on Cardano. I think SundaeSwap does take the cake on that one, or take the ice cream. And there is some other DEXs, which I'll mention later in the video, that I believe will also do very well, but they definitely don't come close to the level of marketing that SundaeSwap has prepared and has delivered so far. So one of the main topics on DEXs, and when you're looking into something, is a white paper. Now, the white paper that they have on their website is pretty outdated, and I'm assuming it's going to be updated pretty soon, especially with the release of their DEX. But basically, this is just the fundamentals that the DEX is built on, and this was previous to them releasing a concurrency article on how their DEX is actually going to perform swaps and really interact with the end user and how the backend is going to work. So this isn't as relevant now as it was maybe a month ago before they released their concurrency solution. But taking a look at their concurrency solution, you can see it's a long read. We're not going to go over it all today, but they did present their own model, which was a pretty darn good model. And overall, I think they have the competency to actually make this happen and do it in a very good way. And with their marketing and everything they've done so far, I have no doubt that if they need more developers and they want to attract more developers, they have the audience and the power to do so. They are hiring right now, but this aside, I want to take a look more at the tokenomics and the future of the DEX, as you may be interested in, the price of their token. Also, side note, I do recommend that you, if you're interested in SundaeSwap and the backend and everything that's going on with the DEX, and you want to put in some more research to get a full understanding of everything for yourself, recommend going and taking a look at this article, and also just going to the SundaeSwap website, taking a look around, looking at their updates, and seeing what their team's about. You can grab a lot of data just from that, and it's not as useful for me to present it to you in my own bias. It's very useful, though, if you do want to go look at it for yourself and take a read, if you're interested in not just having my biased opinion and also forming your own. Okay, now let's go ahead and look at the tokenomics. There's been a lot of things going around about this, but overall, I don't really think it is bad. I think the tokenomics are pretty good, especially for a DEX. Many people compare SundaeSwap tokenomics with Cardano tokenomics or things like that, but it's just not something that you can compare to. So what we're going to do today is we're going to compare SundaeSwap's tokenomics at Cardano DEX with another DEX that has been very successful, Uniswap, built on Ethereum. So let's go ahead and do that. You can see right here, we have 55% public and 25% team. Those are our two main metrics. And then there's about, 20% for advisors, future hires, and investors. So future hires are kind of on the team side of things. So it might be closer to 30% team there, but looking at, the uni allocation for the Uniswap DEX and their native token, you can see right here that the community was 60%, so 5% less, and the team was 21%. Now, since then, the token of Uniswap has done very well, okay? Their DEX has had probably the most traffic out of any DEX on Ethereum, and they've done very well. Here's their year to date. Here's their 1 year chart. You can see they went from $3 back to their initial DEX offering, started at 6. And usually, keep in mind, these DEX offerings, their initial tokens, are going to be worth something, yes, but it's often a lot of hype at the beginning, so price tends to go down. That's just how it works in many cases for ICOs, IPOs, and IDOs, initial coin offerings, initial public offerings, and initial DEX offerings. So it happens a lot, so be wary of that the initial price usually is the highest price points when you're buying into something, but there's going to be time to accumulate, usually similar to this in most cases. It's not always the case. There's a chance that it just goes to the moon after and you don't even have a chance to accumulate because this is crypto. But there's also a really good chance, obviously, that it's not going to go up right away. It's going to take some time. It's going to stabilize, find a support, and then once we get traction and users on the DEX, that's when it goes up a lot. Coming back to the Sundae allocation, many people think that 25% of the team is bad because they could just sell it all. But another thing to keep in mind for this is that this is similar to Uniswap, and they have structured it very similar because Uniswap's method works. Not only have they had similar percentages, but they do a similar vesting model in where a certain percentage of the tokens get distributed to investors and advisors, as well as the team as they go forward. So it's a 4-year vesting schedule. It's not all at once. They can't just dump their bags on you. And they also have a schedule that is agreed upon for selling. Okay, so everything's pretty transparent here. There's nothing really too hidden. And I don't think these tokenomics are bad at all. At first glance, I was concerned, but that's because I'm used to comparing things with other blockchains. This is a DEX, so you have to compare with other DEXs, and then it makes a lot more sense. So yeah, keep that in mind. These tokenomics, to me, they aren't anything out of the ordinary. They're pretty good, and I'm not too worried about them. Something else that makes me really bullish for SundaeSwap is just the fact about how transparent they are and how much updates they give to everyone involved. Of course, many DEXs are just building, and don't really have that big of teams to do this, but it does make me feel a little bit more sure that SundaeSwap is in it to help people be informed and also grow their audience and grow their marketing as they build the DEX. So they're not just focusing on one area, they're kind of focusing on many areas to build a successful DEX, which is why I really do think that the SundaeSwap token will do very well. Back to the SundaeSwap token now for one last mention is that there is a utility behind it, okay? Why buy a SundaeSwap token? Why would you have it if it doesn't actually provide any value? It has to have utility. So the first piece of utility that they are offering with this token is going to be governance. Basically, if you own shares of the token, you can use said token to vote on decisions and take the DEX forward in a direction that the governance system would want. That's one way of utility. Another utility is profit sharing. Basically, holding the token will grant profit sharing to the holders of SundaeSwap token. Okay, pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Along with that is reduced fees. They envision a SundaeSwap token as a vehicle for reducing fees. So if you hold X amount of SundaeSwap tokens, say, you could get reduced fees. Now, none of these utilities are 100% sure, and this is more of a vision. This indicates future work, but these are just some ideas of what could bring even more value to the token as the DEX grows and as the DEX has more users. This token will be more and more valuable. Now, could this be a 100x ROI when you get in on the IDO? My answer would be likely not 100x. If we look at Uniswap here, their IDO came at about $7 and they peaked around, 42. So not the most crazy 10x, 100x, it's more of a 6x, okay? So it's nothing too amazing, but it is still a hefty return, and we've even been stabilizing around here on the Uniswap token quite well. Now, I think long-term SundaeSwap has a lot of potential, and I do think they are going to bring a lot of users to the Cardano ecosystem. So in general, I think their token's going to do well, especially if they keep delivering and keep bringing more and more people to their ecosystem, to the Cardano ecosystem, because overall marketing does matter a lot. I think there are other DEXs that might outperform them with the technical backend things, but there's easier ways to compensate for that, making partnerships and doing things than just marketing, because marketing is a difficult part of getting something right. And I do think that DEXs like Maladex and ErgoDex are also going to take up a large market share, but I think SundaeSwap right now has the lead in terms of first to do things, right? First to get people on board and first to get people using a DEX. I think SundaeSwap does take the cake in that area. Okay, that's going to be the video for today. If you want me to go deeper into some more technical things on SundaeSwap, let me know. Or if you want me to cover Maladex or ErgoDex, also let me know. But right now, I think SundaeSwap, Maladex, and ErgoDex are my top 3. Let me know your top 3 DEXs down in the description, and maybe even why if you do have some strong reasons. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video. It's been your friend Jack. Peace out.